I'm 100% sure that every single person can think back to a time where they so desperately made a dua that they would never make today. Quite the opposite. You're probably thinking about that dua and you're like, thank God it didn't work out. And this is not just my experience or your experience. This is a universal experience because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Isra, وَيَدْعُ الْإِنسَانُ بِالشَّرِّ دُعَاءَهُ بِالْخَيْرِ وَكَانَ الْإِنسَانُ عَجُولًا. And the person or the individual prays for evil as they pray for good. For mankind is ever hasty. When you want something badly enough to make dua for it, you are not thinking of all the practical reasons why it shouldn't work out. You're actually blocking all of those. You're actually just counting all the reasons why it can work out and why it should work out. There are just certain things that you only learn after the experience has passed. You can't learn them during the experience. It's like when someone tries to point out to you that you're doing something or acting a certain way or thinking a certain way, and you're refusing to believe it, and then after the situation has passed and you reflect, you realize that that person was right in pointing that out. Many verses of the Quran do play that role in pointing out to us our nature that we don't even notice. So the verse is spelling out to you that sometimes you will make dua for things that will actually bring about your own destruction. And after you make the dua and you cry and you get frustrated that it wasn't answered and you're like, why is Allah not listening to me, and all of these things, when you let it sit for a couple months, you think about it and you realize that like you actually should have never gotten that thing, and if it were to come to you again, you still wouldn't take it. But it's because we're so hasty that we fail to understand things in the moment. And we're not just hasty in wanting things to come to us, we're hasty in understanding. We want to understand, why didn't this work out? I want to understand right now. And in most situations, you won't understand right now. You're going to understand later, or you might not understand at all. But the following verse is وَجَعَلْنَا اللَّيْلَ وَالنَّهَارَ آيَتَيْنِ فَمَحَوْنَا آيَةَ اللَّيْلِ وَجَعَلْنَا آيَةَ النَّهَارِ. It's talking about the night and the day, how those were created as two signs. And actually, one of the tafsirs talks about how night and day, darkness and light, were made equal. They were given the same amount of time, and darkness actually comes first, and no light comes before darkness comes before it. Meaning that you have to get through the darkness before you reach the light. That's how the verse puts it, in that order. You can't get to the morning without making it through the night. And in this context, it wasn't said that night is better than day or day is better than night. It was just said that each one has its own purpose. The dark times in your life have a purpose as much as the good times in your life. So yeah, it could seem like the worst thing ever when your dua is not getting answered, or when you find out you're not going to get the thing that you've been praying for a really long time. But eventually you'll either understand why, or you'll just get something better that makes you realize you wouldn't have wanted that thing in comparison to what you have now.